Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. So it is time to get started here in just a minute at Sacred Treasure House. And I am going to, we always have a little bit of housekeeping to do, right? With our things before we get started. Oh, I need to fix my clothes there. Let me see here. Got to send us out here somewhere that I need. Oh my goodness, I can't think. We'll get going in just a second here, and I know they're gonna sprinkle me over into the group as well. What in the world am I doing? Oh, here, gotta refresh my own screen so I can see myself, and then we're gonna get in here, I believe. Oops, where's my keyboard? We don't need to hear double of me talking, so never. Once is enough, so that is plenty. Hang on a second. I don't know what happened here. I gotta get to where I can see comments, because it wouldn't be any fun if we can't see comments, right? Let's see. And I don't see anybody popping on yet. Let's see. I've got a message coming in. Wonder if they can't find me. There we go. And then we got somebody coming in. And it's just about time to get started too at our time to go. Hello everybody, I'm Christy with my Artful Adventures, and today we are with Sacred Treasure House and with the Facebook group, and we are having so much fun. You know, Sacred Treasure House has so many rooms, and so today we are in the game room, and once a month, usually I think it's the last Thursday of the month, it is game day. So we are in the game room today and playing a game. So I am streaming on both Facebook and YouTube, and so if you see me answer any questions or make comments to somebody that you don't see, that's why. It's probably, you know, they're over in the other platform, but no worries. You know, we like to all chit chat everywhere, don't we? So this is so fun, and thanks to Miss Deborah and Miss Lisa and Miss Tanya for all that they do for our group. And so those their groups are Sacred Soul, Timeless Treasures with Tanya, and then we've got Lisa's Craft House. And so actually the name Sacred Treasure House took one word from each of their pages, and that was how they came up with the word. So thanks so much for sprinkling, you guys. And we are going to do, so today it's using a game. The game is using a game. And so we're supposed to craft with a game or recycle one, right? So hi Donna, Wendy, Margaret, Jan, Kathy's here. You guys, thanks for joining me today. It's always fun to do some crafting with our crafty friends, right? Suzanne, welcome. So, well, even if they're not crafty friends, we like all the friends, right? So it doesn't matter. And a lot of times we've got people who join us who are kind of new to whatever we do. Hi, Molly. So, so today I am going to use a game. And yesterday, I didn't really have any games that I wanted to use myself here at the house. And so we were at the thrift store, and I found this box of games, and it had, I think it had 5 little game boards in it, and they're like little square games. And it says that with those 5 game boards that you can play 100 classic games. Now, I don't know. I didn't look at the instructions, but when I saw that it was kind of small, I'm like, oh, that would be perfect. And I knew what I wanted to do. So, so that's what I picked. Hi, Glorietta, Susan, Lisa. Welcome, everybody. Donna. Everybody's coming on in. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so let's get right to it. I'm going to put you down to the desktop, and I'm going to show you what I found. So this is what I found. These little pieces like this. Now, I picked 2 of them. There are a couple that have really fun prints, and I think I'll maybe do the same thing or something else with them. But I thought I would keep it kind of plain, and then I could use kind of some other vintage things. Now, you guys, I'm gonna make a journal cover out of them, and I think that it is gonna be so. And the one thing I thought was really nice is because, you know, when I cut it, I've got 3 sides that are already finished, right? I won't even have to do anything with those because they've already got a nice edge to them. And so I was kind of excited about that, you know, not having to, you know, mess around with it. So because this is heavier and it's like a, you know, kind of a chipboard weight, I got out my big trimmer. So this is called a Carl. Let me see. Can you see the name of it? Yeah. It's a Carl trimmer. That's the brand. And so this is what I usually use to trim my, or to cut pieces of chipboard. And then I use my other things for my other trimmers for just paper. Now, one of these has got a little label on it. So I think, you know, what I want to do is I want to cut, I'll cut this side. Well, I can't flip it so I know. But I'm going to cut this side off, and then I won't even have to mess with it. It feels like it's just a label. I first thought it was printed on there, but it seems like it's a label. And you know how labels can be, right? When we're trying to get them off of stuff. Sometimes not too good. So I think I'm going to make this. Let's see. Where's my ruler? This is, when you guys know, I always tell you I lay my ruler down upside down all the time. This is like 10 1/4 inches. So it's a little bit taller than I thought. And I think if I do, you know, about over here to this line, that seems kind of like a nice size journal. And so that's like 6 1/2. And so I think that's what I will cut it at, is 6 1/2. So let's make sure we're slicing that side off. So all I have to do is get it in here. And this has this nice little magnet thing that I can bump up here. I'm going to have to kind of stand up a little bit so I wanted you to see what I was doing. And that's got a lever over here that you snap down. And then you just push this thing, you pull this back and forth and slide it off. Slide it until then it just like falls off. And so you know that you were done with that, right? And then you just open the little release again. Oh, I'm afraid that might make us with some shaky camera stuff going on. So I apologize for that. So we've got that piece. And then let's cut this one. And look, it doesn't really even matter, you know, which way you've got it. I think I'm going to do it this way so the grain is going this way on my page. So I'm going to slide that. I can't get it in that way. I'm going to just put that in here. I'm missing some comments. Yeah, Margaret, I really like it. I learned about it in a group that does construction with a lot of, they make pieces that are mostly fabric, but they have to use, you know, chipboard bases to make their constructions. And so after lots of research, I found out that this was one of the things that they most often recommended. So I thought, well, you know, I just don't have anything like that. I don't want to ruin the good cutters that I have. So now on this one, I'm going to cut this at about 1/2 inch. Now this is what I say all the time about when you're buying a cutter. This has no measurements on the other side of the blade, and so it makes it kind of hard to cut smaller pieces. And so about the only way that you can do that is to know how big your piece is, and then, you know, kind of cut it from the other direction. So let me see, this piece is about 3 7/8. So if I want to cut, I think I'm going to make about a, you know, I'm going to think I'm going to do about a 3/4 inch. Well, let's just go ahead and make a 1 inch. Let me see. This is something I'm going to use as well. I'm just going to make 1 inch. Actually, I think I've got a 1 inch mark, so that would be kind of fine. So, oh, good grief. What did I say? I need an assistant. So 3 7/8. Okay, so I need this to cut down at 2 7/8. So I'm just going to, that's not right. I'm thinking about that totally backwards, you guys. Okay, yes. Okay, got it. I gotta turn it in there this way. Well, and then that thing's in the way. Dang it. So I'll just kind of line it up as best I can here. I think that's crooked. I think it's crooked. We're gonna get it. Oh, oh my goodness, you gotta see me up close and personal there. And then there we go. So now I've got my little piece on the back. And we'll just release that and get that out. We're gonna try to get it out. Hi Sue, how are you? There's Lisa here with us. Okay, so I am gonna put this down, lock it down, and get this off my workspace because it's taken up a big chunk of my space. It is not for the faint of heart. It's not super heavy, but you know, it's heavy enough. All right, so now I've got both of these, and so I realize the front and the back are going to be, you know, different. And so I just have to decide which way I'm going to, and see, look, this was kind of cool because it really didn't matter, you know, which direction I put them, right? It just isn't going to matter because any way that I put those, it will, you know, look just fine. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So let's get cooking on that. And I've got to do some gluing. So I'm going to put down my trusty craft mat here, which is getting to be a mess. It keeps all the nasty stuff off, right? Oh shoot, I forgot to get something to spread my glue with. Well, maybe I'll try a different kind of glue. We'll make it work. We'll make it work, won't we? Is it Chinese checkers? Lydia, they said that out of these, there were 5 little game boards in this box, and it said that you could play 100 classic games with those. I'm anxious to look through the directions and see, you know, what they all consist of. Oh, I thought I really messed up there for a second. It's always scary when you're right in the middle of something and you're like, whoops, what did I do? Did I do that wrong? Hi, Michelle. How are you? Okay. We're ready to go. So we've got these two. So now we just have to, those don't look the same. Well, I guess they are. You know, isn't it funny how designs on things can really play with your eyes and your mind? You know, they just can kind of give you some optical illusions. I think I'm going to use, well, I don't know. I either want to use this for the front cover or the plain one. So I have to decide that. Let's use this one for the front. I think that'll be fun. So we could do that one for the front, and then let's use this one for the back, because then we'll have dots on the front and the back, and then both of these will have so seeing this was kind of cool because no matter which way I wanted to use it, I could flip it like that. So I got my dots there. And so what I'm going to do is, then this is going to be my little thing that I need to use for my backing. And because I'm going to have to, my lace wasn't wide enough. And so what you need to do is you need to leave enough space, like I'd say about however thick your, you know, your product is, that's about how much space you need to leave between them so that they can actually move and, you know, and bend. So we want this to be able to close. So I'm going to have it right about here. And I think the best thing to do is to just go ahead. You know what? I might grab some score tape real quick Hang on a second. Let's use a little score tape and see if that won't be kind of helpful in just getting it in place. I actually don't even need to use it all the way down. I can just use, oh yeah, let's do this. You know, let's just put it underneath here. Nope. Oh my goodness. You're probably like, is she going to make up her mind what she's doing? Maybe. I might. You know, and I probably should make sure that it's straight across here. So let's put a ruler here to bump it up against. And that way we know that's going to be straight. Well, it doesn't really make my cuts look like they're straight. Of course, you know, you never know. You never know with these kinds of things. You know, I'm going to do it like this. Put a little there. A little here. Then I've got something to like hold it in place. Hey Debbie, how are you? Hey Martha. You'd think you gave it away. 5 games in about, well, this had 5 game boards, but it said you could play 100 games. I don't even know if I want to play 100 games. You know, I grew up, I pretty much, you know, grew up as an only child, really. I was 11 before my brother was born. And so, you know, it's just, you just get used to doing stuff by yourself. Okay, so now I need to pick this off. Let's push this down really good. And, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to just, I hope my glue sticks on here, you guys, because that stuff is kind of slippery. The little game board thing is kind of slippery. So we'll see. We're going to give it our best shot, right? As always. We're going to give it a go. Okay. Well, thank you all for sprinkling me out, all of you. Okay, that's, you know, it's a little off, but it's going to have to do. Okay, so now this is what I've got here. I tell you, that, so now I'm going to use, let's use some Fabri-Tac. And I mostly want to get it on this one side. I'm not sure how far over it's going to go. My lace is not wide enough to cover all in one fell swoop. And so I just am going to put a little bit on one side. And I'm going to have to use it and kind of make a seam of it in the middle. Oh, that's a mess. So I'm just going to run this down the middle. Oh shoot, I wish I would have started on the other side. Oh my goodness, people. Well, let's leave some off. So I'm just going to put it right here so it covers both sides. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I can believe I did it. Actually, we'll just, that's okay. That will work. And I should have, oh my goodness. Let me find some scissors that will work. Ta-da! Got some. Okay. All right. So let's put down another strip of it. And I'm going to have to cover them in the, I want it to kind of cover. You guys, do you ever feel like you're just making stuff up? It's like everything you do, it's like there's something different that happens every time. And it's like you just are making up your own techniques, I think, as you go, right? At least I always am. Okay, and now we'll just cover that a little bit. I don't need that to go all the way up there. And we are going to make a couple of signatures. The reason I went ahead and I did it at 1 inch was so that we could put in a couple of signatures in it. Okay, so this is, since this is game day. Oh, thanks. Hey, Kathy. Oh, and Gloria's from Arizona. Welcome. All right. I had another new person from Arizona. Oh, I just figured out those don't work on something. You guys, I'm going to have to remember to use those. Okay, since it's game day, let's do some game trivia. And you guys, I could probably listen to all the game trivias that we've already had and not remember what they asked. So, I'm sorry. So some of you might have a head start, right? So, and not all of these are board games. It's just games in general, okay? Let me see. I wonder if this is actually... No, that is not wide enough. I didn't think it was. And since this is a little bit thicker, maybe I'll just have it meet in the middle this time. So you guys, what's the highest possible score in 10-pin bowling? I bet some of you have bowled before. What's the highest possible score if you're doing just regular 10-pin bowling? Now I may have to go back in here and put a little under the edge. I just don't want to get it so far out that it's sticking way out. 300. Oh my goodness, we got lots of people that know it's 300. Good job, everybody. Let's see who's the first person. Okay, oh, no, Margaret said 360. Donna is the first person. Donna Glaze. She's the first person that I saw that said 300. So let me write her name down. So I'm just going to write it here. Look, I got a scrap from yesterday's cards. So Donna was one of she's our first trivia correct answer. How many of you guys like to do bowling? First of all, if you like to play games, send me up some hearts. I'm going to run this up and over so that I can make a nice neat edge over the top. We're going to run it over, and then I've got enough to fold it over on the top. Lydia says she loves bowling. Angie's giving me lots of hearts. She likes games. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's already 22 after. Wowzers. The time just gets away. Sometimes I watch other people and I'm like, oh man, they are really getting a lot done. And then my turn comes and it's like, wow, I am not getting a lot done. The time is going to be over. Okay. Okay, Kathy says she and Dawn were on a bowling team before kids, and she bowled on a women's league. Cool. So are you good at that? Do you find that real easy? Oh, I got glue sticking out there, you guys. No, I got lots of glue sticking out. Oh, no. You know what? That'll be okay. Maybe we can cover it up with... I've got lots of other neutral colors of trim, and that was one of the reasons I used this, because I thought that would be I've got lots of the trims that would be good to cover up stuff. So we can put it down the middle. We can do whatever we want to with it. So there we go. Now you can take a bone folder and kind of, you know, get it. Now we don't really have to. I was seeing if there was any glue that kind of seeped in there and I could kind of push it in there. But you know, we don't really have to mess around a lot. When you're using paper, which is what I mostly do, you need to, you know, reach down in here and press it down so you get a nice crease for when it is, you know, folding. Time passes by faster for some of us. Yeah, Lydia, that could be very true. Okay, so now I'm going to fold these over. I'm going to trim those off so they're pretty even. And I am going to, we're going to make kind of like a little, we're going to fold it over. We're going to fold it over both ways so that we get a nice finish. So we're going to fold it over once, just like this. If I can get it to stick. It's not very much. When you're only folding a tiny bit, it's not wanting to stay down there. Maybe, there we go, it's starting to stick. Maybe if I get a little bit here and get it turned over, I can get out some clips and stick on it. Okay. Oh, Donna got first place in a teens championship tournament. Oh, you bowled 296. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am not sporty. Well, like I said, you know, when you grow up by yourself and you don't have a lot of other people around or, you know, kids to play with, you don't do sports and you just, you know, it's different. It's a different deal. Okay. Let's see if we can clip these on here. Just hold it till it gets dry. That one is coming untucked. Okay, let's turn it around and do the other side. And then we had girls, and we didn't, only my youngest daughter seemed to be the sportiest. She came home from school one day. She was probably in maybe second grade, and she had this flyer, and she hands me this flyer, and she goes, "I want to do this, Mom." And I looked at it, and I go, "Basketball?" And she goes, "Yeah." Well, my husband loves basketball, and I thought, oh, he's going to be pleased. And so she played basketball for several years until about the time that they were going to go into middle school, and then it became a traveling team. It wasn't with school, it was with our community. And then they were going to be a traveling team, and we couldn't make that work. So, you know, so that was the end. But she had so much fun. She really did enjoy, you know, the time that she did with it. And he always did like assistant coaching. I go, "Why don't you want to be the coach?" He goes, "I don't want to do that." I just like, okay, all right then. Whatever. All right. Okay, I gotta stick this down here. The last ball only knocked down 6. Oh my goodness. Oh, Angie says she's an only child, so she just started playing with she played with dolls and started drawing. Yes, same here. I had plenty of time by myself, and that's exactly what I did. I spent it doing other creative things. You're exactly right about that. Okay, in the game, do we have any chess players here? In a game of chess, which piece can move in an L-shaped pattern? I don't even play chess. Some of these, when I do questions, I think it is always funny. Kathy. You know, in bowling, you only have one. You are a stinker. You are a stinker, my friend. Yes, the knight. Let's see who got the knight. Who was our first knight? Yes, Margaret. Margaret was the first to respond with that correct answer. Okay. This stuff is so thick, you guys, it's not making really beautiful. I almost wish I would have just cut it and just put glue at the edges so it wouldn't fray. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I might cut all of... Oh, that's not going to be pretty at all. We'll see. You know, you never know till you give it a whirl, right? You never know. Okay, so Margaret... I gotta write her whole name down so I can find her again. And hope I can read my writing. Well, it doesn't help on a piece of paper that's got print on it. Maybe not the best choice. Okay, so we got that in there. And now we can go ahead and put in our things for our signatures. Then maybe could have had a little bit more glue. I think it's going to be fine. But here we've got like our little thing right here. See, some of that is not straight, so I think it's going to be nice to put some other kind of trim on. Let's grab some trim. See, I told you I had a bunch that was going to be good for neutral stuff. Wait, that's not even going to be our front. I wanted the red to be the front. So if that's going to be the front, I don't know. This is kind of an interesting piece. Kind of like that. That would be kind of interesting. Or a light color. What do you think, guys? Should I use the one that's more brown or... Well, I've got one that's just like this, that's like a cream color. Ooh, that's not a good color for that. Well, neither of those are. They're kind of yellow. They've got more yellow to them. I don't know. What do you think? The cream color, I'll pull it out here so you can see. You guys, I bought these big trim bundles from Michael's. They'll have a trim bundle. Of course, you know, I mean, it's a junk journal and we can use different things. It's not going to be all the same color. What do you think? The brown or the cream color? Oh, that glue is nasty smelling. What do you think? I'm taking a pic. This is audience participation now. What do you think? The cream color or the more neutral for on here? It's hard to get it to stay there with that clippy. What do you think? Do 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 do. I'll play my game show music. Brown, yeah. Oh my goodness, Kathy, you're so technical, girlfriend. Yes, I think the brown too. I like that one better. Thanks, everybody. Let's do that one. You know, I'm just going to cut this one and just put some... I think I'm just going to put it a tiny bit longer, and that way then I can just trim it. And then just put... I usually do that and then put a little bit of glue. And this way I can kind of straighten out the edge so that it's more even. Let's do that. Of course... I don't know, it's kind of hard to guess where to put it if it's going to be even. Oh my goodness. Sometimes glue is hard to get out. Just get that all down there. I'm going to have to, this might help get it stuck down there. And now I can just hold it up here and kind of pull it taut and straight. Straighter. It's not exactly straight. But that's what happens when you're doing handmade things, right? It's handmade. It's a true handmade piece. So that sticks a lot better because it's sticking to the fabric. Okay, now I'm just going to snip off a little bit, and then I'm going to come back later and just put some glue on the edge so it doesn't fray. I like to do that. It's super easy. It's a super easy way to keep your stuff. They used to make this stuff. I've sewn for a long time, ladies, and they used to have this stuff. I don't even know if they have it anymore. I don't do much sewing anymore. I kind of stopped doing a lot of sewing when my kids started to rebel and they didn't want any homegrown clothing. So that's kind of when my sewing dwindled down. And it got to where sometimes I would make something for myself to wear. You know, a long time ago, it was, you know, very inexpensive to make your clothes. Then it got to where it wasn't that inexpensive. And I might spend a lot of time, you know, making something. You know, this has a right and a wrong side, and I don't even know what I got on that other one. And, you know, and it would look terrible. I would hate it. I wouldn't like anything about it. And then it just got to where, you know, if that happened, it was much more cost efficient for me to buy something that I could try on, see how it fit, knew if I liked it or not. And, you know, so that was that. I still got ink all from working on a bunch of inky projects this week. All right, so there we go. I got that on. Okay, now we can go ahead and I think for binding, I think I'm just going to do, if I do 3, oh, well, no. What am I thinking? I just need to put 2 holes to run my elastic through. So I want to do that about it. And now the problem with this is hard to see where I'm almost going to have to hold it up so I can see where that 1 inch is. And then I want to make 2 elastic things. I can't even get that in there very good. Let's get out the big boy here. Oh, this is good because then I can slide it in like this. No, it's not. I still can't see what I'm doing. You know, this calls for a marker. Let's make a little dot so we can see where we are trying to mark. So, yeah, I'm struggling with this, you guys. I don't know, it might not be super straight, but it'll work. It'll work. So now I can punch those holes. And I'm probably going to have, I'm going to try to use the little small size, but I don't know. Okay, while I'm struggling with this, I'm going to ask another question. So, what is the name? See, some of you, this is going to be a test. What is the name of the Italian plumber who is the main character in the Super Mario Brothers series? Or Super Mario Brothers series. What's the name of the plumber? I know some of you will know. I'm sure some of you have either played or... Oh, we got one. Oh, Margaret? Margaret got it again. She was fast on the draw. Yeah, you guys. Exactly, Mario. Can't you just hear that little noise? Sorry, that's shaky. Do you want to just like sing the little tune in your head? Phew. No, Donna, no, it's not Luigi, it's Mario. So Margaret got that too. Okay. How many cards are in a standard playing card deck? Now we're gonna make these so you can put like a signature in, like a traveler's notebook style thing. I do not like this at all. I wonder if I can pull that off. It just looks bad. Well, I can do that later. It's not in the way of anything I'm doing here. So, can I see through there? Thank goodness. Kind of hard to find that. There we go. I should have pulled out the length of this to start with. Now, lady, I gotta go see what Lydia answered. Yes, you were right, Lydia. Good job. But guess who got it first again? Margaret? Man, she's like Speedy. She knows her game stuff, you guys. She knows her game stuff. Okay, you guys, what is... Now, this is an interesting one. Okay, you ready? In the game of Risk, you know the game of Risk, right? I don't know how many of you have played it. What continent is represented by the color yellow? No Googling, as Deborah always says, no Googling. Enough so I can tie. Donna says Japan. No. Oh my gosh. Margaret, are you Googling the answers? Or are you just one smart cookie? You must do lots of games. She got another one, you guys. It's Asia. It is Asia. So now we just take these in here and we just give them a tie. And kind of pull it a little bit tight. You don't want to do it loose because then you got too much give. And you don't want to do it, you know, super tight. But you just give it a little tightness there. And then you play around and try to tie it. There we go. It's pretty tight. So just enough, you know, it'll kind of give a little snap. And then a lot of times I'll leave my little tails on. Okay, and if you need to know how much to use, I should have done this in the first place. You want to double it. It's about 2.5 of your length. And that's a good way to do it. Man, I got glue all over myself from this deal. Margaret, she's got, oh my goodness, she's got a whole cart of games. Good for you. We sometimes try to drag out some games and play. My husband was never really big on playing games. After we got married, I always tease him all the time. After we got married, we bought board games because, you know, that was about the only thing we could afford to do. And so we bought some board games, and I found out real quickly that if he lost once, I had beginner's luck. If he lost, or if I won, I had beginner's luck. If I won twice, we never played the game again. I'm like, wow, dude. Don't get me wrong, he's a good guy. But I'm just like, oh, wow, you really need to win. I just always thought that was funny. And I still tease him about it. Oh, what did I do? What in the... Oh, see, and this is why you need to leave some tails on. You know what? That's going to be really hard to get untied. I can't believe I did. Look, did you see what I did? I came around. I missed the whole hole. I didn't even go in the hole. Why didn't somebody yell at me? I did miss it. I did, you're right. Oh my goodness. Now I just have this big wad of elastic, but I was glad I found it. I needed it. All right, so again, if you do 2.5, you got plenty. Especially when you give it a little pull. Oh, goodness. Hi, join me for the What Not to Do show. I will show you. Hey, have any of you seen that new game show called The Floor? Donna, I'm not even sure if I've ever even played Risk, to tell you the truth. Okay, there we go. I got it this time, people. I got it this time. A mashup. You have to try the mashup game of Scrabble and Monopoly. You spell the words with properties. Oh my goodness. Trying to get this in here. Okay. Ta-da! I went through both the holes that time. Imagine that. Kind of proud of myself for that. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Look at that. And, they're black, and I don't even care, I mean, I could put trim along the top of that, too. If I so needed to. If I would have had some cream-colored elastic, that would have been perfect. Okay, and then I printed out some papers. Oh, I need like a heavier paper to be like a cover. Look at this. I found these things that were games. It was a printable on Etsy, and they had like vintage games from around the world, and it is the coolest papers. I mean, just these game things. I have no idea what they are, because I can't even read them. Look, I know this one is Africa. I don't know what the game is. How cool is that? But really, I thought some kind of fun papers. Did that print upside down? No. Yes. Well, I gotta fold it anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But look at that. Isn't that fun? And then this was like a racetrack, and I just printed that on both sides. I thought that would be fun. I guess I'm going to have to figure out how wide my papers can be for my signatures. So if our book is this big, see, I kind of was thinking about 6 inches to make those 6 inches, and well, that's going to be kind of, I'm going to have to use like pieces of scrapbook paper to make the covers. Okay, this was not well thought out, because now my pages are going to be, these pages could work if they were trimmed down, but if I fold them in half, they're super skinny, which that's kind of goofy. If I fold them like this, they're going to be very small. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, you could still put those in here. It's still kind of a cool cover, right? I don't know. Even though this part may have been a fail. Let me see. I must have a piece of scrapbook paper laying out here. I just was working on stuff yesterday. I don't have a single. Oh, no. Yes, that might be some right there. Yep. Let me see what's on these. There's kind of this gray color, and it doesn't really matter. You know, it'd be great to have. I'd really like a piece of craft. I hate to use those. Hang on one second, you guys. Let me reach behind me and grab something. Got a whole bunch back here. Oh, here's something fun. That looks like a game, doesn't it? That looks like it should be a game. Let's cut that. So these would be, these are just going to be like, well, I could make the covers big. I could make tall covers, which seems silly. Oh no, I have an idea. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so if I need to, we're kind of coming down to the wire. Let's see. If I do, I think about 9.5 inches by about 6. So that would be 9.5 and then 12. So this will be right in half. So that'll be perfect. So let me do 9.5. We'll make this the height, because I have an idea. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish, but it's an idea. And you can use, a lot of these paper trimmers have like a track right in here where the blade goes, and you can use that to use for scoring. So we're just going to do that. Okay, so we've got, that can be our cover. And then what you could do is you could just stagger these, you know, in different places. You wouldn't have to put them all the same. And that way you can kind of get it from top to bottom. Although, you know, look at this. It's not really, it gives you kind of a big cover with a border. So, you know, that didn't turn out to be such a bad deal. Let's go ahead and fold some of these in half. I don't even know if I've got time to make the signature. Maybe. We'll just fold them all in half. My papers aren't really cut super. And this was just like some others that I printed that are kind of supposed to be like copy dyed. And oh, I thought I printed some that had script on them. Shoot. Well, I kind of hate to. Well, I don't want to do my signature then yet, because I had some fun ones that had script. So I may need to do that first. This needs a little bit of trimming. I tried to print to where I didn't have any white edges, but that didn't seem to turn out the way, I don't know, I might have had a print setting not right. You know how easy that can be, not to have your print settings right. Okay. What kind of printer do you have that prints so vivid? Well, of these are just 8, yeah, these are just 8.5 by 11 pieces. I have an Epson Eco Tank is what I use. And they have several varieties. I actually have a couple of them. I've got one here and one in another area that's kind of an office area. And the ink is so much more economical. I can just print. I never even have to worry about, you know, how my ink is doing. It will last for so long. I might want to, you know, now here's the deal. Once you start putting these together, you don't even see the whole page of your games, right? So that's the one thing that's kind of not so fun. I do think we could put this one in here. And then if I put this game one in here, you can kind of see some of this game and this one. So that's kind of fun. I think I'll put that one in the middle. So just all kinds of fun stuff. You always have white edges. Yes. You know, I even told it I didn't want borders and it did that. So I thought that was kind of odd. So, okay. So I think we're going to do that. And it's almost time. Let's do another question. In the classic arcade game of Pac-Man, how many of you ever played Pac-Man? Some of these questions I just feel, man, I'm not gamey. I'm not sporty. What do I do? Crafts. I do lots of arts and crafts of all kinds. So who are, or what is the name of the ghosts that chase the player? They have names. I didn't even know that. So what kind of, or what are their names? So you guys come back and see, you know, see how this looks when it's done. But look how fun that'll be. And then I think I'll probably round the corners because I like to round the corners of stuff. It just gives them not such pointy edges. Hey, Jet. Hi, Tina. Oh, Tiffany. Hi there. Oh, you're welcome. So, what do you think? Who knows the names of the ghosts? Pac-Man. Pac-Man ghosts that chase around the player. I guess it's the player, not the ghost. So then we can put these in here. So it's kind of big. It's kind of fun, though. It was a really fun game, right? I might put something on the back. I don't know. But I mean, you know, it's a junk journal. Okay, Margaret says Blinky Pinky Inky Clyde. Oh my gosh. Margaret, you are our game winner today. Oh, wait a second. Wait. We had somebody this time that answered first. Wait a second. Let me go back up. Rusty Peterson. Yes. Hello there. I don't think I don't know you. Thanks for joining us today. So yes, Rusty got it right. So let me write that down. Thank you all for joining me. And up next is Lydia. She's up next. And if you're in Sacred Treasure House, just refresh your browser and she will pop up. That's the one thing nice about being in the treasure house is because you can just refresh your screen. And look, I lived in Minnesota so long, I had to double check and see if her Peterson was an O-N or E-N. Okay, you guys. Darn autocorrect. Oh, you got it. Don't worry, you got it there. Blinks. Oh, well, yeah, I see what you meant. And then you put Blinky. I saw you did that. Thank you all for playing along. This has been so much fun. So, what do you think? You think you'd ever do something like that? It was kind of interesting to, take a game and just mess it all up. Although mine wasn't. I didn't really mess mine up very much. I just cut my pieces. But yeah, I mean, when you're making things like this and you could find something that you could have 3 nice edges already, I mean, that was kind of a no-brainer, right? So you guys, I've had a lot of fun with you today. I hope you've had fun too. I hope maybe you learned a couple of tricks or tips along the way today. And, come back. I will get it finished up, and I'll fix some of this and take some pictures. Maybe I'll even do a little quick video of a walkthrough when I get some of that done. It might be tomorrow, you guys. Come back tomorrow and check it out, okay? I can't promise that for the rest of today. I'm worn out. All the planning and the crafting, it can wear a girl out, right? You guys, this has been so much fun. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Tanya and Lisa. We've really enjoyed all of the fun things that you have. And if you guys haven't joined in, and you haven't been in the Sacred Treasure House a lot, be sure and check out what's going on, because we always have a fun time. So I am going to let you go now. My time is, I'm almost up. Yeah, I have to wait until the end though, right? You're not supposed to jump off early. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Which video game franchise features a character named Master Chief? Anybody know that? I know some of our people have probably popped off it. Does anybody know that one? And then I'm going to go. Another one, I think that was kind of fun for, some of them were even, video type games. So that was fun. Oh, I don't see anybody. I think we're probably on to our next person. Thanks, Tiffany. Yeah, I'll get it on there when it's done. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful time. No, Donna, if you're like me, you don't know those. Yep, there we go. There's Margaret. She's got the answer. It's Halo. Margaret, thanks for being our game trivia winner today. And your name will go into a drawing. It's going to be an awful small drawing of names. So we'll see who's the winner of that. I'll let you know. You guys take care. Bye-bye.